Hey, welcome back to Jankowski Speeding Off-Road. Today we're going to do a pinion seal in the 60 Chevy. We'll be heading off to Deadwood in a couple weeks to go to Cool Deadwood Nights. I always love going to that show. This rear end is leaking really bad. So let's go check it out. You can see there's a bunch of oil coming out from underneath there. Running all the way back up to the rear end. And that seal is leaking bad. For the miles on this thing, which is only about 22,000 right now, more than likely it's the original seal and it's probably leather. So we'll get this thing jacked up and we'll get to it. All jacked up. Let's jump on the creeper and see what we got. I rolled the car back a little bit, give myself some more room here. Yeah, you can see it's actively leaking. I guess I missed it, but there was a drip that was literally just ready to come off. So, yeah, we'll pull this thing apart. All right, first thing we're going to do is we're going to remove our drive shaft. So we have to pull these bolts, or these nuts, off on our retainers here. Guessing it's 1/2 inch. Yep, 1/2 inch. I'm going to throw this thing in gear so it doesn't move. I think it's... Oh, no, it is in gear. We're good. All right. 1/2 inch. One thing too you're going to have to remember, obviously it's going to be a little bit before I'm going to have to worry about it. Once these come off, these caps are going to fall off fairly easily, and then needle bearings will fall out everywhere and you have a mess on your hands. So just be ready for that. I have some tape sitting here ready to put around it. I wonder if this has ever been off before. I'm not entirely sure if it is. As I think I said in the beginning of this video, and I've had other videos on this car right now only has 22,000 miles on it. When I bought it, I think it had 18,000 on it, so I've already put a few miles on it. It's fine. I might need to grab an actual pry bar. Maybe I'll throw... I don't want to screw the threads up on these. Throw the nuts back on and kind of pry against them. See if I can get them to come loose. These things are soaked in gear oil. I think they'd come out. Throw these nuts back on, not only to protect the threads when I pry against this, but I also don't want the drive shaft just to drop out and dump the needle bearings everywhere. Here's my little baby pry bar. Did you see that oil just drip off of there? Oh boy. Oh, come on. Please don't be like this. Tighten these up just a little bit more. And I'm just going to grab the big pry bar. I gotta spin the drive shaft. Boy, that's not good. Maybe we'll tap on it a little. Hit him with a little knocker loose too. My hammer here, we'll hit her a few times, see if we can't loosen stuff up here. Boy, oh boy. Come on now. Don't do me like this. These haven't moved one bit. Well, maybe it did. That kind of moved. Let's see if this one pops in a little bit. I'm going to work them back and forth. How about that? That might have broken loose. It's like it wants to. Yeah, if I hit them in, maybe it'll shock it a little bit. And also make my caps out around. I might have gotten somewhere on that one. There, I think we got it. A little rust. No biggie. There we go. Let's see if we could sneak this thing out. Maybe. Is there enough play in this drive shaft? Nice and smooth. This is a two-piece drive shaft in these. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, come on. There we go. Okay. Before we have any problems. All right. Have a piece of tape standing by. Just gonna put it around here just so, if you can see it in the camera. Just so we don't lose the caps, because that's a big deal if we do. Alright. Now we don't have a drive shaft. I don't know if it's going to matter if I take that off. I could probably leave it. Okay, I just cleaned up kind of an area here. Got all the grease off. So what you're going to want to do is count how many threads are sticking out of the nut. In this case, it's hard to see, but it's 2 threads sticking out. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark the housing, the actual yoke, the nut, and the end of the pinion. I might take a chisel and just make an indent in the nut and in the threads on here. Just a little one. You don't want to go too crazy. And then mark it. The paint will come out, and then it actually has, even if the paint's gone, you could see where it was lined up on here. I'm also going to set the parking brake. If you don't have a parking brake that works, you could put like a pipe wrench on the end to hold it in place, or have somebody hold the brakes. But we'll mark this quick. Okay, I have my chisel, and yes, I know this is for wood. I cannot find just a normal chisel, so I'm going to ruin this one. I really don't care that much. We're just gonna get in here and make a couple little, just a little light mark on here. Don't want to ruin the threads. Good enough. And right on the nut. There. Just enough that you know where to put it back. Because this does have like a crush sleeve in here. So you can tighten this down more. And it's going to throw everything off. So we're going to try to get it as close as we can to where it was at before. And we'll mark it with a marker too. Just using a white paint marker. Like when I take that nut off, it's probably gonna wipe out the paint on there, so I put a little dab of it on the end so you can see that. But figure out what size nut that is. Possibly 1 1/8. Try, it's 1 1/16. Okay, definitely 1 1/8. Okay. And yeah, I know it's gonna move. Hopefully with the parking brake on, we'll be okay. I'm not gonna use a gun on it. I'm just gonna grab a breaker bar or a ratchet or something. Alright, got my big 1/2 inch drive ratchet. It's going on all the way, isn't it? Sure. I don't like the flex head on this thing. Oh, come on. Parking brake's not gonna hold? Nope. I may possibly grab the gun for it. Can't find my actual impact, so hopefully this M18 with this really tiny adapter will hold up. Now I can't remember which way it's going. Yeah, it's going the right way. Okay. Yeah, see, that paint's gone, but not off the front, and it still has the little dimple in it. It's also why it's important that these lines are here, just in case this does go away. You at least know that that's supposed to be there. I'm guessing I'm gonna have to use a gear puller. Yeah. Okay. Gear puller. Let's see if this crappy puller actually works. It's very worn out and kind of cheap. Got my safety squints. Oh wow, that is that's on there. And I'm kind of getting at an angle here. I'm gonna have to reposition on there. I'll kind of tap it. Sounds like a safe idea. Definitely not gonna screw anything up like that. Yeah, it didn't do anything. A little late. Oh well. We're almost there. Oh, that was easy. There's at an angle too, so the rear end is down, so it's gonna just keep dumping. Take a little flathead screwdriver. See if I can't get behind this thing. I should have probably drained the rear end. This even has a deal to drain it, but I didn't. Why would you do that? Kind of showing you how not to do this. There it is, and it's rolling away. Let's take a look at this old seal. Bring it outside. I'm pretty sure that's leather in there. It's hard as a rock. I don't know how it wasn't leaking before, because I drove this all, like I've put 4,000 miles on this and it really didn't leak. Then we got the new one. I like how the old one is nice and thick, and that's all the new one is. It's that little rubber seal. So yeah, we'll get it all cleaned up and pound this thing in there. All right, now that we got it drained, I'm going to take this new seal and I am going to put a little bit of this Permatex Aviation Formigasket on it, just around like the outer edge. You don't normally have to do that, and I don't think I need to do it for the 60, But in 57 they had an issue where that was the fix, was to put that on there, and they're kind of relatively the same rear end. So I'm going to do that. You don't have to do it, but I don't want to take it apart again. Wow, that's really runny. Everybody's gonna be yelling at their TV or phone or whatever. Don't do that. Well, we're doing it. Okay. Let's use our really nice press tool to press it in. Okay, I got that all cleaned out, made sure there's nothing sitting in there. Got our gasket that's covered in this stuff. We're gonna get it set in place. And you're gonna love this. I've got such a nice press tool for this. The most sophisticated press tool I could find. I know, I go through this whole trouble of putting stuff on here, and then I'm going to use a hammer to put it in. Uh-oh. This is awesome. We're doing such a good job. Trying not to get it at such an angle. Work your way around it. My hands are so sticky now. I'm so good at this. I'm glad you guys are still watching. If you are, obviously you are, or you wouldn't be hearing this. Oh, I'm hitting the shaft. Okay, there we go. I think we're getting her in there now. I bet this won't leak at all. It's fine. It's fine. I'm laying. I barely have enough room to move my arms. I think we're in there. Alright, got our yoke. I did put a little bit of lube just around the edge, so when you put it in, it doesn't hurt the gasket. Might have to hammer it on a little bit. A couple little love taps. Alright, I think it's going now. Okay. Good enough to get the nut on. Washer, there's a washer in there, just so you know. Is there something written on that? Maybe at some point. Got our nut. Good luck getting it screwed on after I hit the end with a hammer. Sure. Not going to use an impact to put it on, I don't think. I say that now. I think once the white line comes up, that should be where we need to be, I think. Where's the white line at? There it is. Okay, we're almost there. Do I dare just blip it real quick with a impact? Probably. Don't do this. Have somebody hold the brakes. Just do it the right way. Don't do it the way I'm going to do it. Come on, get on there. We're almost there. That might be it. Or as good as it's going to be, maybe. I don't want to go too crazy here. Yeah, that's about right. Is the light on here? Yeah, there's 2 threads sticking out and it's lined up with the line. So that should be right where it needs to be. That should be good to go. We'll put our axle or our drive shaft back in place. See if we can lose our caps yet. Just gonna pull this tape off. Be very careful. Okay. Probably gonna have to pry this back again. Maybe I can get it by hand. Sure. There. Okay. All right. I really want to use those bags that you can get, but man, they're expensive. Like a normal, like this is probably like $8, and the one with the bags like $12. It's ridiculous. And I've got hose for free. Okay, there's half a quart. Get our hose on. Start going. All right, got her filled up. Let's go check out underneath there and see if it's leaking. Yeah, it looks pretty dry. Obviously that's old. But yeah, we should be good now. Well, I suppose if anybody wants to know, that's the part number off of it, I think. Yeah. That's for probably, I want to say that rear end is like 55 to 62. Don't quote me on that. Maybe I'll put something up here somewhere. But yeah. All right, another thing knocked off the list. Got a couple more things with this thing before we go to Deadwood. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode.